You lost, and I won. What was the score on that?
Well, I had 5. How many did you have?
7. I win. Yeah! Ooh! Folks, we got Dr. James Townsend on the show. Hey. Keep it. Hey, the Simon likes you too. You see that? Yeah. So we've got a lot of board games going on here.
Family games.
So let's start off with the one that I just beat you at when we came back from commercial. Simon!
Simon's a great pleasure. For those of you resale shopping, always look out for Simon. You can always sell them for about 30 bucks on eBay.
$30?
$30 for real, yeah.
Like the one you have now in the condition that it's in, you could probably get 30 bucks for it.
Make sure you have the battery pack, the little thing on there.
And some duct tape.
You got duct tape, yeah. And that does lower the value of situations
to like, you know, $22?
I don't know, honestly. I keep it for fun because people like us like to have fun with Simon.
Yes, quite. This is similar to a game that you brought on a few episodes ago called Milton?
Milton.
That's the one that talked like this. Hey, my name's Milton.
And even Radio Shack had a knockoff of Simon.
Oh, okay. What's that one called? Just
the Computer Arcade. But it had 9 different games, but most of it's Simon-esque.
And this was made by Milton Bradley and issued for the first time in 78.
Yeah.
78. I remember these as a kid. I certainly remember, maybe some of you that are old enough might remember those old school Simon commercials. I remember they were really fast paced.
Oh man.
But the game is a fast paced, you know, when you get up there onto those third and fourth.
Later on they were better, but this is one of the early ones and it's actually kind of hard to push everything.
Yeah.
But the newer ones.
And I like the picture of the family here on the side. I mean, those definitely looks like a family from the late 70s with the hairstyles and the clothes that they're wearing and everything wooden behind them. It's very late 70s. Okay, so we got Simon out of the way. Which one do you want to tackle next?
Let's go Pigmania. That's pretty fun.
Pigmania.
Yeah.
So random.
You'll have to get a shot of these sides to
you
show
bet.
what,
It's showing right now.
Yeah. And basically you have these 2 little pigs that you roll, and depending on how they land determines you know, what actually, how many points you got.
So you got 2 of them on their side. That's a pig out, isn't it?
It's a cider.
That's a cider.
Oh, well, no, if their legs are facing each other, it's a pig out.
Oh, well, I moved it to that they would.
And then I don't have the list of what they're worth, but they have values of 3 to 5.
And that's all this game really came with outside of the rule book?
Yep.
This was it?
That's it, yeah. What is that? That's a...
They're making bacon. They're making bacon.
Making bacon, yeah.
They're making bacon. That is so awesome.
Pretty weird.
Very.
Pigmania.
Very
cool. I have no idea what decade that is.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you want to go with the 60s?
Yeah, 60s, 70s.
Because kind of the design and how the designs are and the illustrations and just the overall look of it, I would say 60s.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
Fat Chance. Let's go with Fat Chance. You've got this pretty little board. It's very early 70s-esque. And basically you have these 2 guys that kind of gallivant around. And you have your Fat Chance cards when you land on a Fat Chance. And some of the phrases would be like, go to the next steam bath. That's a good one. Give your fat man pounds to another fat man and go have a wee weenie wonder. And basically, when you land on certain places, you have to take so many fat food pounds or whatever.
I guess just little wood pellets.
Just shove them in their little mouths. Just shove them in their mouths.
This is kind of set up a little bit kind of like Monopoly.
A little bit, yeah. So basically,
I mean the board-wise anyway.
When you get to the end, you have to kind of weigh out to see who's the thinnest. And of course, being thin is definitely what you want in the game. But obviously, this guy has more pounds, so the orange would win, for instance.
This is great, man.
It's weird.
I know, it's so weird.
Anyway, it's a very fun game, so if you're out resale shopping and you see Fat Chance, pick it up.
Maybe
these games are all good.
Maybe it's kind of a subliminal way of saying, you know, you need to watch your diet and don't become a big lard, to have a lard, you know.
Yeah, it's a good message for kids to learn. And in this day and age, America is just
we're pretty obese for the land of Mickey
track,
D's.
Yeah. We're on the wrong. We need more fat chance games in this day and age.
Okay, so
Let's stroll over to Miss Pac-Man. That's a good game.
it was a good video game too.
It was, yeah. Pac-Man just turned 30 the other day.
Did he? Hey, congratulations! Happy 30th birthday, Pac-Man.
And if you guys were checking out Google actually had a playable version of Google that was Pac-Man. That was a good time the other day. But basically, you've got a board game and these little fun pieces and a little spinner that Miss Pac-Man is. And oh, I think there's all these dots and stuff. Each one goes over. Fun game, more for the value than anything.
Yeah, probably just really
die.
makes you really want to play the game, the video game, more than anything.
Yeah, basically. So when all these are up, if you roll 4, you eat 4 of these guys and collect them, and whoever collects the most wins. It's a very fun game. Also, it's got a very nice picture of Miss Pac-Man here. You know,
humana,
you can't tell from the video game what a beauty she is. You know, you really can't.
Very good-looking gal. Pac-Man, you're a lucky Pac-Man.
Oh, he is. He's just turned 30 too.
And yeah, you know, he's in his prime.
Yeah.
Essentially.
You know, you think there'd be a baby Pac-Man by now, but you know, maybe Miss Pac-Man.
Hey man, kids aren't what they're cracked up to be. You know, that Pampers commercial definitely.
Well, she's
made
obviously
me know.
got a lot going on. I mean, she's got a purse full of joy there.
She's in charge.
Yeah.
So this one was really interesting to me. It kind of created its own little universe.
Solar Quest.
Solar Quest.
You know, it's basically Monopoly setup as well, but you get to buy your planets and things, and moons of the planets. And
yeah, and I guess you get the cards that, you know, these are kind of similar to, I guess, you know, Monopoly really kind of set the standard to a certain extent for board games.
And instead of money, it's federons. You know, you get 100 federons or however much the bank gives you.
Space money. It's space money.
And here's your little your ticket saying that you own the satellite of Uranus here, Miranda. So if you bought Miranda, then you...
I own Uranus. I own Uranus.
Well...
That never gets old.
Yeah, well...
That never gets old, ever. So we got E.T.
E.T. is another good one. Another good yard sale find.
It doesn't surprise me that he got his own board game, because that was a big time movie, not only in the box office, but there was a pretty hefty merchandising campaign put behind that movie. They made a lot of money.
Here's the board right here. Nice. Nice and artistic. The 80s were good for that. Basically, you roll your die and you kind of go around, and you're supposed to build this puzzle at the end, depending on how many pieces. What I like is there's a speak and spell right there. You see that? Speak and spell.
We've had those on. You brought those on a few episodes ago.
Nice cards.
Elliot.
Anyway, there's a lot of these games don't really have a point. They're more just, like you said, merchandising.
It is. It makes you want to go do what their main deal is. Like, you know, for instance, Miss Pac-Man really probably makes you want to go actually play the game or buy the video game, whatever. And E.T., it's like, I want to go watch the movie again, or I want to go buy the VHS, because that's what it would have been back then.
Or beta.
Or beta, yeah, correct. I forget about beta sometimes.
Well, beta's nice.
Well, touche.
Touche. Yeah, that's a good one. Now, the good part about Touche is if you do find this, pick it up, because it's just an awesome game.
Dude, this looks like something you'd make meth with or something. It's
pretty weird. Basically, on the inside, you have all these magnets, and they're all facing different ways, so their poles are going different directions and stuff. You can move them all around, change their direction. But once you get these guys on, so you notice how well, you can't really see, but that flipped over right there. And so you're trying to get 4 of your color. This guy's red, and he's totally losing. You're trying to get 4 of your colors on the board. So you got 2 players going on. And once it's on the board, you can move either your piece or your neighbor's piece. So you basically